That's a way to hook in the viewers.
Yeah.
Fraser Hines could be my dad. Tune in to find out.
Yeah.
We've got the DNA results coming up.
Oh, excellent. Welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at the Doctor Who fan survey that gets sent out to people every month or so by the BBC, just giving us questions about stuff about Doctor Who, really, what's been happening on social media and in the news, that kind of thing. And a brand new one came out today. Today is the 9th of June. And Billy, you've already done yours.
Yeah.
You did it earlier this afternoon. But because I hadn't done it, Billy thought it would be a fun idea if we ran through the questions with you guys. So I don't know how soon this is going to be when you get to see it.
There might be a new one out by the time.
It might be, because it's quite... there was only one not long ago.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago or something. Also, I'd like to do a straw poll. If anybody watching this video is part of the consumer panel, do let me know. Because I've often wondered exactly how many people are part of it. I like to think it was a sort of spearhead of 12 people they specially selected, but it's probably hundreds of thousands of people, or tens of thousands.
Well, I'm pretty sure I know another person who's on it.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. But yes, so let's go.
Let's dive in.
So, hi there, Doctor Who fans! Exclamation mark. We couldn't wait a whole month without talking to you, so we hope you're ready for another set of questions.
Already,
I'm ready.
Already, we're pissed off.
Yeah.
We haven't even opened the email address yet.
Christ, not the BBC. We've been busy reading what you thought of the latest Doctor Who activity.
Tell you what, it might be useful to screen cap this actually.
Oh really?
Just to crop that bit down.
Just to crop that bit down.
I'll just screen cap the page and I'll crop it down in the edit.
Okay.
But I think just to have it, sort of scrolling or something.
Print screen. Paste. No, sorry. Save it. Save as. I'll just double check that. Oh, why does it come out like a tiny little shit thing? Right, hang on. No! Why is this? This doesn't happen with mine at work. It's doing that. Shit. What does that do?
And then scroll down to the bottom. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you just press crop.
Oh, and it just
crops that area.
Oh right. You're clever. Clever than me. And
I can use Microsoft Paint. I'm clever.
It's your last chance of boozing where there's no one to mind. It's your last chance of losing and the first place you'll find.
Oh, here we go. Are you aware of this recent activity from Doctor Who? Doctor Who fan show. I am aware.
We're aware that we weren't asked to do it.
I wonder why. To what extent did you dislike this activity? It's not really an activity, it's a web thing.
And I often wonder, are they asking, do we like them telling us about it?
Yeah.
Or do you like the actual thing itself?
It's really bad grammar. I want to write that in.
Yeah.
Whoever's writing this, English isn't their first language. Okay. To what extent did you dislike or like this activity? Hate, dislike a lot, dislike, neither like nor dislike, like a lot, love.
Matt, what do you think of Doctor Who the fan show?
Yeah, well, it's a bit insipid. No. The thing is, and I'm sure some people are going to disagree, it's not made for me, or for you. It's not made for people like me and Billy. I'm sure there's a lot of older people who are watching this video now who are probably saying, yeah, it's not my cup of tea. But I'm sure there's a lot of younger fans out there
who love it,
who think it's great, you know, and it's a nice, fun way of doing things. It put me in the mind, and it's going to bring back to you. It put me in the mind of totally Doctor Who.
Oh, you've got an autograph now, do you? I know what you mean. Yeah,
It's
that sort
got
of interaction and sending you photos and that
yeah,
sort
it's
of
all
thing.
sort of fun and
Even the
kiddie.
colour scheme and sort of like the graphics.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it is sort of like it's like the new Totally Doctor Who. Which when I was younger, so I don't know how old I would have been at the time, 14. I watched it, and obviously there were bits of it that I thought, no.
Yeah.
But it was all right. I mean, I really watched it because they would always show a clip for the next episode.
The next episode on it, and for me.
And for Billy, who I knew at the time would come on to be a major contributor to my YouTube channel. But I mean, it was never, I never, oh my god, Totally Doctor Who's going to be on, and I can't wait to watch it. It was just like, oh yeah, I could skip all this stuff, the end clip, all good. So I'm going to put neither like nor dislike.
Yeah.
Because it's not really for me.
No.
How excited were or are you to talk or share Doctor Who fan show with others? Were you extremely excited? Quite excited? Not very excited? Not at all excited?
Well, we talked a lot about it quite a bit.
Yeah.
But
to actually share it.
Yeah.
Properly.
Yeah.
No.
No, not to sort of say, hey guys, have you seen this?
It's and I never really ought to share it around to people publicly and say,
this is on,
Yeah. To what extent do you feel this activity felt new and different? Not at all new and different. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extremely new and different. Well,
I've got to say, I think it is.
It's kind of, but again, it's that whole Totally Doctor Who thing. I think it's because
it's on a different platform.
That's the thing that makes it new and different. So I'm going to probably go for a 5 because that's over the midway mark.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a little bit.
I sort of feel though, because it's like the WhoTube thing in Doctor Who magazine. The way they sort of rank that stuff, and at the end of the video they always say, "Here are some videos that we were sent, or we were shared, or whatever." We've not appeared on there yet, but no.
Did they do that? Did they do a thing at the end of the
and they say these are the videos that we were sent this week that we thought were quite cool.
Bombard them with our videos and my animations.
Yeah.
And then the BBC can turn around and say,
I think the animations are a better idea.
Get this man to write Paul McGann's miniseries. To what extent is this activity, Doctor Who fan show, we know what it is, a good fit with Doctor Who?
This is my section. This is why I wanted to do it, right? This is why I wanted to do this video. Doctor Who has become too much like a corporate brand for its own good. And it's questions like that which make me go, doesn't fit. Do you know what I mean?
It makes you want to say that, doesn't it?
It makes you just want to go, I shared a book with Matt.
Yeah.
It's a series called About Time, The Unauthorised Guide of Doctor Who. In a later edition, when they get into the John Nathan Turner era, they talk about why was there so much merchandising at the time, the Doctor Who cookbook and all that kind of stuff.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And you look at that sort of stuff and you go, well, that's sort of happening now.
Yeah.
I don't care if I haven't got a Dalek apron from the BBC shop and it's £15 off.
Yeah.
All that shit that you get at John Lewis or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care that I haven't got Dalek slippers and all that kind of stuff. And we were saying in another video when they revealed the Doctor Who logo, the new logo, and the new emblem, the DW thing is going to use on merchandising and branding. It's like,
and it's still here. I didn't realise they were still using it.
Yeah. And you think,
it's awful.
God, this isn't a TV show anymore.
No.
It's something you own on your shelf.
Yeah.
And it's been like that from the start. We're not saying that people didn't go out and buy Tom Baker underwear and that wasn't around.
Yeah.
But it's become so much a part of the show itself now, I think, is the problem. That, even including Doctor Who, BBC, on the title sequence.
Yeah.
It's like, and the backslapping that goes on in Doctor Who magazine.
Yeah.
Doctor Who the fan show is great because it shares, for what it is, it shares sort of the fan community, people who are involved in it, who were part of the fan community on YouTube, and more power to you, fantastic, congratulations and all that. But it's an awful lot of backslapping and look how great we are.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem Doctor Who's sort of driving itself towards. Even, referencing Tumblr and stuff like that. That'll be the stuff that dates them off that era. In the same way that during the Barry Letts era, the green movement,
Yeah,
and all that kind of stuff really sort of doesn't labour it, but it's really indicative of that time. And I think when we come to look at it, stories like the Bells of St John will be like the equivalent of the BT Tower.
Yeah, it will, because, you know, Wi-Fi, well, that probably won't exist in 30 odd years.
We'll have it in our brains or something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
in our arses.
Well, Captain Jack certainly
will.
Well,
he probably does, yeah.
So yeah, that's the main reason I wanted to do the survey, to get that off my chest.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It has become very corporate. There seems to be a reluctance to critique the programme from different channels, because really Doctor Who magazine shouldn't really be so much. It shouldn't be in the pocket of the BBC. You know, the magazine.
Never used to be.
It never used to be.
We were saying they used to organise rallies to phone up the BBC.
Yeah.
And sort of say, why isn't it back on TV?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was Doctor Who magazine or it was probably some fanzine that said John Nathan Turner must go.
Yeah, and all
stuff
that
like that.
Yeah, I think it was one of the fanzines that did that. I mean, that's not us saying that Doctor Who magazine should be saying, bring up the BBC and tell them to get rid of Steve Moffat. No, that would be ridiculous.
And they do critique stories.
Yeah.
But I get the impression a lot of the letters in the news letters page are very carefully selected.
Yeah.
I get the impression it's not every email.
Yeah.
Or it's not a wide enough spectrum of the emails they get.
Yeah, I'm sure if they get 100 saying,
that
was absolutely awful story. You know, they'll say, well, we don't want to post that.
That probably stems from having like Moffat as in the production page, you know, and that probably stems from, you know, people from Doctor Who magazine actually being able to see early edits of stories.
Yeah.
They sort of need to keep on side if you want that sort of information.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they're so kind to them all.
Yeah, definitely. When we were growing up, you know, you'd be hard pressed to find anyone who would admit to being a Doctor Who fan, let alone go on YouTube and, you know, do a whole thing about share your stuff, share your fan art, share your cosplay.
Yeah.
So
it seems really fake, that stuff as well.
Yeah.
Who cares about that?
Yeah.
They've got Doctor Who've got an Instagram account now.
Yeah.
It's probably just some runner wandering around with the camera saying, "Am I allowed to take a photo of that?" Put a filter on it, put it up. Ooh, what's this?
Yeah.
You know, and that really sort of fake. I saw, it was on the Twitter page. I have to find it. This was on Twitter, and it's a photo of a Zygon. I'll put it up on screen. It's a photo of a Zygon riding a kid's toy.
I didn't see the caption.
I get up when I want, except on Mondays when I get rudely awakened by the Zygons. Park life. Who's in charge of this shit? They talk about Game of Thrones a lot on Twitter. Well, let's start the conversation. It just seems so beggy.
Yeah.
It's like, please talk about Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Look at all this stuff that's happening. It started early this year with that video of Michelle Gomez eating an apple.
Yeah. Wow!
Oh my god,
Exciting.
Emergency Awesome has got to do a video on that.
Yeah.
What does that apple suggest? Is it Adam and Eve and all that kind of... or what? Is it the garden and all that kind of...
No.
Yeah, fucking what?
No, it was during the lunch break. And Michelle Gomez was eating an apple and they said, Michelle, we got to film this shit for the website. And she probably went, oh, alright then.
Yeah.
And then went, oh, look, I'm missing and I'm back.
Yeah.
And that was it!
Don't think she quite did it like that.
Oh, you know what I meant.
Yeah.
Are you aware of this recent activity from Doctor Who Festival, London? I am aware. Yes.
I'm aware.
He's aware. He's going. To what extent did you dislike this activity? If you hadn't seen it, here it is. Well...
Should we talk about the 50th anniversary convention first?
Yeah.
Because that is sort of the precursor to this one.
Yeah.
We went on separate days.
Yeah, you went on the Friday.
You went on the Saturday.
I went on the Saturday. I was thinking about this, because you seem to have had a far more packed day and like more extensive day of like doing different things. Because we were on such a tight deadline to get there, see certain people, and get home in time for Day of the Doctor, I feel like I missed out on stuff.
Yeah.
And it annoys me.
I mean, I got there and I got in there while they were opening the main hall up.
Yeah.
And for people who didn't go, this probably won't make an awful lot of sense. But they had loads of different really cool stuff going on during the day. They had panels that you could just walk into. They weren't cordoned off.
No.
And it wasn't like a big deal, like, oh, you have to pay in advance before you go and see this panel. You just walk down a little aisle. There's Kevin Scott doing some activity with some kids. It looked like a lot of fun. And I wouldn't go in because they might shut me out and go, what are you doing with all these kids? And then to your left there's Dick Mills doing a presentation about the sound of Doctor Who, and he's playing like the original like
all the tapes,
the original tapes and stuff, and it's so cool. Waris Hussein's in another room, sort of doing a talk about doing a live commentary to the first part of An Unearthly Child. Props, costumes, actors walking around.
Yeah.
Not to mention the actual panels in the big main hall where they had all the doctors and stuff. It was a really, really packed day. It was great. It's just a problem that I missed out on meeting Pete Davidson because the ticketing system was so bad.
It was bullshit.
It was awful. They really fixed it this time around, I've got to say.
Yeah.
It was an awful lot, but it was easy.
What pissed me off big time was that there were the two different groups of tickets, and they've done that again this year. So what it was, you had the Ice Warriors and you had the Weeping Angels. So me and my brother, being cool and old, said, yeah, Ice Warriors.
Ice Warriors, we went for that as well.
Yeah, Weeping Angels. But what they didn't tell us, because it wasn't planned at this point, because it was shite, is that if you were in the Ice Warrior tier, you don't get to meet Tom Baker, because he's only doing signings for the people in the Weeping Angel tier. So the whole point of going on the Saturday for me and my brother was because this was going to be like our only chance probably to meet Tom Baker. Luckily I've met him since. But it was, I mean, we were so pissed off. I mean, I was really angry about that. And sort of think, and my brother was sort of saying, I mean, obviously it didn't mean anything to the people who organised this. It didn't mean anything to them. But my brother was going, but it's Ice Warriors, it's old series. So we should be seeing Tom Baker, not fucking Weeping Angels. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure that the people doing it, like Ice Warrior, Weeping Angel.
Shit.
Yeah, you know, it could have been fucking Gastropod for you know, it really didn't mean anything.
And what ticket have you got? I've got the Borat ticket. That means like get all the shit stuff.
I've got the John Nathan Turner ticket. I've been at the top.
There you go.
Oh dear.
No, this year they've done Daleks and Cybermen.
Oh really? Yeah.
So why didn't they do that for the 50th?
Yeah.
What a weird mix.
That is very strange.
And it wasn't like it was different days. You sort of like it was sort of like day one Daleks, Cybermen, Sontarans, Autons. Cybermen, whatever, you know, it was really odd.
That is bizarre.
Yeah.
Again, it was packed. I mean, you just like couldn't move.
It was round.
Couldn't move for weirdos.
Why you go to a Doctor Who convention then? I was really worried. I remember walking around all the costumes and props.
Yeah.
They weren't like buried off.
No, it's just like
and everyone was sort of like penned in like that. And I thought, fuck, if someone bumps into that Yeti, it's going over and it's going to take out a Cyberman, it's going to take out a Sea Devil.
The Sea Devil was like falling to bits. I mean, that Sea Devil was just dead.
It's a bit sad that stuff from that didn't move on to the experience.
It
was got room for it. If they got rid of some of the other
because they had McCoy's TV movie outfit at
Did they?
At the thing, Jonathan, bless my brother, you know, don't take him anywhere.
Take loads of photos of it.
No, he hates the TV movie costume because he only likes the costume. We see it, and he goes, "Oh my god, they haven't got the proper costume. They've just got this TV movie shit." We go and see Sylvester McCoy. My brother goes,
"No."
So Sylv, he goes, "So Sylv, why haven't they got your costume here?" He went, "Oh, don't they?" And he said, "No." He said, "They've only got your costume from the TV movie." "Oh, it's probably because Peter Jackson has got it." And I was just there thinking, Jonathan, Sylvester McCoy thinks you're a fucking weird freak. Why did you do that? Well, it's the only chance I'm going to ask him. Oh, he ain't gonna know,
all the questions you're gonna. The only chance I'll get to ask Sylvester McCoy anything.
Yeah.
Why haven't they got your costume over there?
My mother, her claim to fame was that she went to a party and Fraser Hines was at this party.
Cool.
And I don't know how we ever sort of got to this, but I don't know if my brother and I looked this up to see how Fraser Hines would know this mutual friend of my mum. It was someone that she worked for.
To try and meet him again.
No. I just
follow the line back down.
And I think when we were looking through his career and stuff, there was like nothing about him ever being in Bristol or doing anything in Bristol. It was like, well, you know, how would he know this person? So for a laugh, we asked him. We said. He said, "So, Fraser, have you ever been to Bristol?" And he's like, He said, "I'm not sure." He said, "Possibly." And he said, the reason why," he said, our mother has often told us a story that she was at a party with you. And he went, "I'm not your dad, am I?"
Awesome.
We laughed.
Fantastic.
He was like, no, as cool as that would be to have Fraser Hines as your dad on a one-night stand at a work party. But we found out like the name of the guy of the party, and he sort of went, "Oh yeah, that name does ring a bell." So yeah, my mother was right, and Fraser Hines could be my dad. Are you aware of this? Lego Dimensions. I am aware. I am aware. To what extent did you How do I dislike or like an activity? The game doesn't come out until September! What a stupid question! If you haven't seen it... No one's seen anything. We've just seen a fuzzy picture. We haven't even seen any gameplay. My God, what an asshole. Badly worded. If there's a thing at the end of like, oh, what do you think of this survey?
There is.
Oh, I'm going to write it. Say, badly worded questions.
Yeah.
Written by an imbecile.
Yeah.
Written by an ogron. An ogron.
Bashing his head on the keyboard.
They say about 100 chimps at typewriters will write the works of Shakespeare. Get an ogron in front of a word processor.
An ogron at the end asks you were there any complications with this survey. No complications.
To what extent is this activity a good fit with Doctor Who? Well, what does that mean?
Well, I ticked because just because I wanted to see that and go, people want video games.
Yeah, well that's a good idea. I'll do that as well. But I mean, is it a good fit with Doctor Who? Well, what is William Hartnell gonna come out of the grave and in the console room? Oh look, dear Susan, I've just found this dimension portal made out of Lego. I wonder what that's all about. Oh, let's have a go. Could be finding my 12th incarnation. I'm made out of plastic.
They try and plug in a PlayStation 4 into the space-time visualizer.
Yeah.
I haven't got the right SCART leads.
HDMI cable.
What's this?
What the hell's that? Thanks for your views on these activities. We'll share more with you next time. Is there anything else that's caught your eye related to Doctor Who recently that you can tell us about and give your views on?
YouTube.com/Batman March.
Yeah. Finally, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the survey you just participated in. Fans like you are so important to what we do, and your feedback will help us make improvements to the experience of being part of the Doctor Who Consumer Panel. Please think about the survey you just participated in. Overall, was it not at all enjoyable, not very enjoyable, somewhat enjoyable, very enjoyable? I enjoyed it so much. I'm sad that I have to press next and end it all. Well, what shit.
What are you going to do after this?
Why, kill myself.
Yeah, probably.
So my life is not worth living without this survey. Yes, so that was quite different. Something new. I doubt we'll ever do another one. No. But that gave us an insight, and especially for those of you who don't get these panels coming through, that will give you some insight into what you're missing out on. Not much.
Yeah.
So don't think that you get some sort of like holy grail questions like. Stephen Moffat wants to bring back a monster next year.
Yeah.
What ones do you think you should bring back out of that list? It's nothing like that. It's just like, would you be interested in
buying this tea towel?
Yeah.
Although something you did bring up, which I thought was quite interesting, and it brought up, was Doctor Who video games.
Yeah.
Now, besides the horror of Fong Rock, the horror of Fang Rock review, and Peladon vs Pyramids that we've still got to do.
Yeah.
Would you guys be interested in us reviewing Doctor Who video games?
Yeah. So, because I am part of the Yogscast admin, and I get to... Well, actually, I'm not. No, I'm not actually. Scratch that. Because I am an editor at the Yogscast, editing assistant, I get to see how they do stuff, and, I work on their videos a lot. So, it would be kind of like that, I guess. I kind of envisage it as being, like the gameplay fills the screen. We can just be in the corner on green screen, just superimpose the bottom, chatting about it, playing it. I think it'd be quite a laugh.
Yeah, it would.
So, if you'd be interested... obviously, what games could we theoretically play?
Yeah.
Can you download the adventure games anymore?
Possibly.
I'm
not sure. Yeah. I downloaded them at least like a year or two after they first came out.
Have you still got them?
No. Oh, well, I haven't got the original computer anymore. I think they might still be there. We'll see.
Oh, they're no longer available to download!
So we can't do the adventure games.
There might be somewhere. If any of you know anywhere that you can download the adventure games...
That won't fuck up either of our computers.
Yeah, if we can just, torrent it.
Yeah.
Interestingly, that they said about, none of you knew what BitTorrent was. They never mentioned that in the survey.
No.
Well, no, of course, we're good boys, we don't use
don't.
BitTorrent to download things illegally, BBC, please. What the frig? Why can we not download this?
So the video games we're thinking of doing then: Dalek Attack, Destiny of the Doctors, The Eternity Clock, Top Trumps, and that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
So those are 4 games. Would you guys like to see us playing them? If so, which one first? There are Wii games as well. There's a Wii game, I'm sure. Evacuation Earth.
There is a Wii game. Yes, we could get that.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a laugh.
Yeah. See what that's like.
Yeah, and then we'd probably get that for like 5 pence.
Yeah, probably like cash converters. So
wow. Okay.
Evacuation Earth is another one. Awesome.
So thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time for whatever we're gonna do.
Whatever it'll be.
Whatever that'll be. But ta-ra! Goodbye. Why am I saying ta-ra, man?
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.
All right.
Have you bought and would consider buying this gift?
We haven't bought.
Haven't bought, and I wouldn't consider it because of that stupid money.
Okay.
I mean, no, actually, I'll put not bought.
But
Interested in buying.
And then say depending on the price.
Depending on the price.
Yeah.
Dislikes.
Too fucking much.
Yeah. Too expensive.
Please don't introduce the Gary Downey ticket.
Well, you couldn't get in.